but I was lazy. Accordingly, Coach Harmon Hodge refused to admit me to his AP US History class. He just said no, and his reason was, "You are lazy." I spent most of the next semester attempting to prove him wrong. Obviously, in his own way, he had motivated me to work harder academically than I ever had before, and I had in fact only proven him right. He let me into his AP class eventually, and I did very well, but he had worked magic for me with tough love. I saw other teachers use other approaches to connect with other students. Mama Robinson was maternal and kind of cool, connecting on her eclectic level. Alice Sanford was sweet to the core, chirp chirp, connecting on her eclectic level. Alan Kaplan was stern but reasonable and connected through mutual but earned respect. Bill Brown was pure talent and connected through shared gifts. All of these teachers were wonderful, and I could go on and on about them. I've been told I was supposed to talk about some of our accomplishments at HFA during that time. I don't really remember. We won lots of awards. If I remember correctly, we had the most students recognized by the National Merit People of any school in the state, both my year, the junior year I was here, and the year following mine. We dominated the local speech and debate scene. We won every Metro prize that was available all years that I was here, and sent 6 different students to the national championships. Our Science Bowl and Quiz Bowl teams were dominant. We had nerd clubs like Mu Alpha Theta, because we were too cool to just call it the math club at that time. And nerd cheers at basketball games. A different one was, "That's all right, that's okay, our SATs blow yours away," which was nerdy arrogance, but factually accurate. We all went to college. All of us. In fact, my senior year, I think only one person didn't go directly to college, but I know for a fact that they did go back and have graduated. Most of us landed healthy scholarships. A lot of us, I was able to finish college in 3 years because of Hume-Fogg and all of the AP classes that were offered here, more than any other school in the city. Juan Choi won the Monopoly competition at French Convention. Now, I don't know why I felt the need to mention that. I was just surprised that there was a Monopoly competition at French Convention, but not surprised that Juan Choi won it. Anyway, all of those things are what we were supposed to do, in my opinion, and if we hadn't done well academically and tested well and done all of those things, I don't really think that us doing well is evidence that this school is a success. If we hadn't done that, it would be evidence of a failure. We're supposed to do that. You take kids who test well, and then in fact they test well, well good, you haven't screwed them up. Those accomplishments were great, but that's not what I think was best about Hume-Fogg. The place was actually alive, and it brought us to life, and it gave us a fullness of life. It gave us a measurables. We recently had our 20-year class reunion just a couple of months ago. I think some of the members of my class have done very well financially, but I am not sure because we didn't talk about that. When we got together, people seemed interested in how people were actually doing in life, not in the bank. We all came from this superstar academic school, but instead of focusing on how much money anyone had or what jobs we were doing, we were focused on how much real life we had. And that's what I think is so great about Hume-Fogg. I hear politicians, God bless them, talk about education and quality of life issues, but all I ever really hear them talking about is money. Hume-Fogg taught us to be people, full people. Don't get me wrong, when I left here, I was not an adult. I wouldn't be for decades longer, and probably I'm still not. But I had an open mind and an ability to think and care. I knew a little bit of physics, and I knew some diversity too. I could see things from multiple angles. I have no doubt that HFA has made Nashville a better place. I know alumni all over the country and even in several foreign countries. Our SAT scores don't matter anymore, but our character does. We learn to love ourselves and others, and we're given skills to write and think and learn that make that love actionable. That's what HFA does, and I am proud to have been a part of the first 10 years and the first 30 years.
Now we'll hear from Jason Fields, who is right off the graduation train, class of 2013. He is presently a psychology major and Jubilee singer at Fisk University. When he was here, he fondly remembers being a Blue Note for 3 years. Jason.
While watching that video Ms. Green showed us, I thought about something that Mr. Kaplan had mentioned, and he said that Hume-Fogg was a safe place for nerds, and I thought about that, and it took me back to when I was in the 8th grade. I wanted to be a football player in high school. I was at East Middle, and I was like, I want to be a football player. I want to do this, that. I went to summer practice real hard, and then my mom pulled me aside one day, and she said, Jason, you've gotten into Hume-Fogg. That's a really, really good school, and I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I've been here for a summer camp before. I remember it was really old. You know, if you hit the back of those seats, dust will come out and stuff. And I was like, what else do I know about it? And she was like, well, you know, the choice is yours, whatever. And I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to go football. I was like 5'1", 100 pounds, something like that. I'm not going to do football, so I'll come here. And I came here and I found myself. I didn't play sports while I was here in high school, but I did find other areas where I was talented. I didn't know I could sing, but just as all of you out there, we all have these fantasies and these kind of inner thoughts when we're by ourselves in the shower. We think we're on American Idol or something like that. You know how we all have. Make sure nobody's looking. You grab a brush and start singing, that kind of stuff. But I realized here that I had other talents, and I was taught to be more open-minded to other people. I was taught to think rather than always speak first, because I think when you come from a place where people always listen to you, come to you for advice, you start to get arrogant. And you start to think, well, I know so much, what do I need to know from other people? And when the tables turn, you're asking other people for help, you learn to be open-minded, I think. And that's one thing Hume-Fogg has taught me, and that's kind of helped me to, as a person, and kind of help build my character. And I'm sure it's helped all of you that have been here or are currently going here now. I think that's been a really great thing about it. But also, I really didn't appreciate coming here until I graduated. Because sometimes I would get up and dread coming to school like, all these books, all these homework and stuff. I procrastinated, waiting too long to do all my stuff. And then, like, upon graduation, I remember, you know, how hard I had to work to graduate. You know, it's just like, it's something you have to experience to, like, know about it. Like, if you didn't go here, or you're thinking about coming here, or you're not in high school yet, you won't understand this. But once you graduate from here, it's a feeling. And once they give you that Hume-Fogg diploma, it's something that they can't take away from you. But I want to conclude with that. I really couldn't think of too much that's happened because, like, before me, he said, Hume-Fogg wins just about everything. We go to competition, no matter what it is, we bring home first prize, you know, second prize. We always win, you know. And I don't mean to brag, but it's usually true. You know, it's like first place, that's all. When's the second place going to come up? It's always first place. That's cool. You know. I want to conclude with that. Thank you all for y'all's time and showing up. I appreciate that.
Okay, we're almost there. I'm going to apologize because of the wonderful education I received here at Hume-Fogg. I became a little bit too ambitious with this program. But we will do the best we can to try to wrap it up so we can feed you. I know you were probably hungry and getting a little dizzy because you haven't got your blood sugar up. So, these names we've been hearing over and over again: Dr. Taylor, Dr. Mildred Sackhouse-Smith, Bill Brown, Alan Kaplan, Alice Ewing, Joe Tipton, Tony Beasley, Dorothy Hodges, David Macon, Ann Bell, Linda Waxter, Gloria McKizak, Jonathan DeFries, Lynn Morlock, Alice Sanford, Marty DeShane, Rebecca Gibson, Frank Travis, Sally White, and Peggy Woodhall. Let's give them a round of applause. She has a special presentation for those original faculty members.
Well, we've been hearing all evening about the incredible experience each of us had here and the impact that all of the faculty and staff had on our lives in the moment and what's happened since. And because this time meant so much to so many, we've had some incredibly generous contributions from alumni, and that helped fund this event, and there was more than enough left over, and we are thrilled to make a presentation now to Dr. Taylor, and if you will please, and I should have given you a warning to start making your way to the front, so I'll vamp. Dr. Taylor started I'm assuming he started it. There is a scholarship fund here for that's given each year to a student who captures the spirit of what Hume-Fogg is about. And we are thrilled to be able to make a contribution to that scholarship fund, and we want to give you a plaque that expresses our gratitude to the original faculty. And there will be, the donation will be given in honor of the original 13.
Thank you. Believe it or not, I'm not going to make a speech. I have one word, and it's to my wife. Honey, I've just figured out my funeral. Just play that video.
If you attended Hume-Fogg in 1983, would you please stand so that we can recognize you? Stephen Lujan, Greg Green, Mark, Cheryl Cole, Tracy, Michael, Lisa. These guys were here in the beginning, and they really got beat down. I put a post on Facebook. I just remember this like yesterday when Mr. Kaplan was just laughing about how we can do what we want to do with you guys because this is all new. And then and Mr. Kaplan was more the more intimidating way. But I just remember on this occasion that after he said, yeah, we're going to really do what we want to do with you guys. Then Mr. Brown, known as the kinder, gentler of the two, and he comes in with this clenched fist. He says, yeah, we're going to stick it to you, and we're going to stick it to you good. And I thought, my, what if we bought into it? But we just want to thank all of you who were able to come back to be here to celebrate 30 years of academic excellence. Thank you. Now, if you graduated from Hume-Fogg, from the classes of 86 to 89, we'd like to see you all stand up. Thank you. Now, any other alumni from Hume-Fogg, we'd like to recognize you. Please stand. Okay, we have absolutely run over. You can look in your program to see the people who have made contributions. You all can read. We are very, very grateful. Laughing, but again, we have to be mindful of time. We are very, very grateful for all of those people who made financial contributions. Their names are listed in the program. We also want to thank our volunteers in the planning committee. And I also want to thank my man, Lamont. Lamont assisted us with a little glitch with regard to how we want to try to get this thing funded and organized properly. So he came through in a big way in that idea. So I wanted to give Lamont a shout out. Okay. something about the experience involved? I'm going to give you 1 minute. If not, we'll... Great, come on.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank Rupert for putting on the experience at Hume-Fogg totally exceeded my expectations because I was going to go to Madison and be with my friends. Rupert's knocked it out of the park tonight. I'd like to thank him and the teachers and all of my fellow alumni. Y'all are wonderful, and thank you for a wonderful presentation.
Thank you. Ray will live in infamy as the first SGA president when the school opened back in 1983. So we tried to have student government. He was the brave soldier. Get that going. Now, we have dinner prepared for you in the cafeteria. So you can really relive. Let's hope you can really relive your experience here at the school. And take it out in the hall. You go across the street. And so in closing, we will have a special benediction from Stephanie Pruitt-Gaines, the class of 1997. When she was here at Hume-Fogg, she was involved in the Creative Writing Club. She enjoyed English and biology. She attended Girls State when she was here and was elected to governor. That's a big deal. She got a double major in marketing and psychology from MTSU, and she received her Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing